And welcome back, Chuck and Run listeners, to another Chuck and Run podcast. As always, I'm your host, Zane Smith, and with me is my co-host, Zachary Smith. Zach, how are we doing tonight?
I'm doing good.
Yeah? Are you doing good?
Yep.
Are you doing okay?
I'm doing great.
Has it been a good week?
It has been a pretty good week.
That's good.
Yeah.
Yeah?
13. Did you spill some on your phone?
No. It's a little residue. Little
So you did spill some.
residual
Hey, Zane, if you're gonna drink out of goblet, at least do it properly.
Yeah, okay. You might want to speak up, buddy. Microphone's having a hard time hearing you.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But anyway, so, so congratulations, Sam Burns.
Yeah.
On a
Sam
fourth
Burns.
win. That's awesome.
He
Great for him.
He had a tough start. He's had a tough go of it lately.
Yeah, recently,
Yeah.
more recently, but
He had a good start to the season, but he really
start this
slowed
year.
down. Yeah.
great start this year. So, yeah, I mean, what did you get to watch the tournament at all? The Charles Schwab?
I watched a lot of day 1 and 2.
Yeah.
But
I remember us talking about it.
I don't have cable on so for the final days I get to watch like the first, like the people that just barely made the cut. I get to watch them play, but after that,
yeah,
coverage cuts out for me on
Absolutely.
ESPN Plus. So
well, Scotty came back this event.
Yeah.
Scotty came
finally
roaring back.
Finally back in contention.
Yeah, I saw the craziest thing. The final day, whenever he was on the top of the leaderboard, his odds were usually odds, especially when it's that close. Your odds are always plus. He had minus odds.
Really?
Yeah.
Dang.
Yeah, that means you aren't gonna get more than you put in. Like if I were to bet $1 on him, I'd only get like $1.90 return.
Really?
Yeah. Isn't that crazy?
That's crazy.
So you wouldn't get more than double.
That's crazy.
So anyway, that blew my mind. And the second guy on the list, he was like plus 200 or something like that.
Really?
Yeah, it was wild. I saw that, I was like, oh my gosh, they're black catting him.
Yeah.
You can't win now.
Yeah.
But
So Zane, you beat me in DraftKings this past week.
cheers. Salud.
Real quick, I just want to talk about my team's
Just
performance.
Coke. It's just Coke. This is not the cut line.
My performance through 2 days. Not bad. Not great either. We had Maverick McNeely miss the cut. Both of us had Maverick McNeely. He's been a steady guy.
He was steady Eddie. Like, what happened to him, man?
He just shot 71-71. At one point, he had it to 1 under in round 2, and then
he folded.
He bogeyed, I think, 2 of the last 4 holes to shoot 1 over on the day, and then missed the cut. But real quick, I wanted to go over my round 3 scores because this is why I lost. So Zane only had 4 guys made the cut. I had 5, so I'm thinking I'm sitting okay. So on round 3, Max Homa 3 over. I want you to add this up.
Yeah.
Tommy Fleetwood 3 over.
All right, so that's
6. Mito Pereira 2 under.
That's 4.
Jason Kokrak 6 over.
That's 10.
And Ricky Fowler 1 over.
That's 11 over.
11 over as a team
on Saturday. Yikes.
And on Sunday, it didn't get much better. 7 over between Kokrak and Fowler. And then the rest of it comes out to 5 over on the final day. So, the key to winning DraftKings is making the cut.
Oh, as demonstrated by the winner this week, Mark Shaw.
Yeah.
So congratulations, Barnyard.
He had all those guys make the cut. He was the only one in the league that had all those guys make the cut. The key to winning DraftKings is making the cut.
Yep.
However, if your team goes more than 10 over par, they're not helping you out a whole bunch. So you're gonna end up getting beat up pretty bad.
Or you need 4 top 10s. Or
yeah,
you need
4 top 10s.
4 top 10s. So I'm gonna go real quick over mine. What happened in my DraftKings? Obviously, I had Justin Rose. What the heck? That was a stupid pick.
I told you that at the time.
I mean, he played well though the last day of the PGA. So I thought, maybe he turns it around.
Continue it, yeah.
Maybe he continues it.
Not the case.
Not the case. Not the case for Mr. Rosie. So yeah, that was disappointing to say the least. He played worse than Maverick McNeely. You know, and he's more expensive than Maverick. So bad investment. But Zach, here's the thing: if you have two guys miss a cut, all you need to do
is have every other guy finish in the top 10.
That's right. So I had Cam Davis, obviously played lights out all week.
Yeah.
He went 4 under, 2 under, 1 under. Kind of folded the last round.
Bad final round, but at the end of the day, still a top 10.
Yeah, absolutely. Top. He was finished 7th, tied for 7th at 5 under. I had 3 guys tied for 7th. Jordan Spieth tied for 7th as well. He failed to put together a final round. I mean, he was sitting right there. If he made a run on moving day or Sunday, he was right there in the mix. He just couldn't get anything going.
Yep.
You saw that with the short putts he was missing, and then he would have to make really long putts from off the green on Saturday. So we saw that. Shot 69, 66, and then 270s to finish. Tony Finau, he was my only guy that finished in the top 5. He finished 7 under for the tournament. Good final round. Great final 2 rounds. Played not great the first round. First round he shot 71. Okay. So he was over the cut line after the first day. No, he wasn't. Yes, he was. Cut line was at even the first day. I'm almost 100% sure.
It was at 1 over. Everyone was saying speculate because I was watching coverage on day 2 and they said, "Oh, the cut line's going to be even par." Cut line's going to be even par because they were watching scores come in.
Maybe you're right.
I know.
Okay.
Because it was 1 over at the start of Friday, and that's why on the podcast I made the mistake of saying Daniel Berger didn't make the cut, and that's because when he finished his round, the announcer was saying cut line's going to be even par. And he finished 1 over, ended up making the cut.
I got you. So anyway, 1 over, and then he went 2 under, 3 under, 3 under, which is awesome. Then you had Kevin Na, also tied for 7th. 3 under for the first round, then 1 over, so he kind of took a step back, then went 2 under, 1 under on round 3 and 4. So really, really good. I mean, Jordan Spieth had the most birdies out of the group with 16, so he got a lot of points, a lot more points than he probably deserved. but he played well. So
yeah, he did.
Really, really good for him. Really, really great for my team.
Yep.
And that was
I had a top 10 guy, Mito Pereira.
Yeah.
What a bounce back after a tough finish on the PGA.
Yeah.
What a bounce back. He's going to be a great player for years
you
to
just
come.
knew it wasn't going to phase him after he took
the way he took his loss.
I mean, I said it. I said it at the end of the podcast last week. I said he's going to go out and play well this next week. And the reason I knew that, I didn't pick him, but the reason I knew that is because of how he handled himself after the loss.
Yeah, he's another guy that just didn't put a final round together.
Yeah.
1 over final round, finished T7.
Didn't quite get it done, dude.
Yeah.
Didn't quite get it done.
But, I mean...
And this was also, big news, this was JT's first missed cut of the year.
Yeah.
What the heck?
And Billy Horschel's first missed cut of the year.
Yeah, and Billy Horschel's.
We talked about that a little bit on
the cut line.
Yeah. At the 19th.
That was pretty crazy.
It is crazy. So no player on the PGA Tour has 0 missed cuts anymore.
I know. He broke the streak. Both of them did.
Both of them did, yeah.
So, wild. Crazy stuff. Yep. Do you have anything for the podcast tonight?
I have
any talking points?
I have some.
I've got a few.
You go ahead first.
All right, so I'm going to go with our first story. Our first story comes with Scotty Scheffler. So they got into at the Charles Schwab, they got into a playoff. And, you know, they're pretty good buddies, Scotty Scheffler and Sam Burns. Mm-hmm. So he made a joke. So this is from Golf Magic. World number 1 Scheffler, 25, had to hot foot it to his sister-in-law's wedding, and therefore made a quick getaway from Colonial Country Club. He did, however, pay tribute to his good old pal Burns after he watched his former junior nemesis drain a 38-foot putt for birdie to claim the win. I just didn't have it today. Props to Sam. He played great, Scheffler said after failing in his bid to win 5 times on the PGA Tour this season. Had he shot a level par round or better, he would have made history and joined the esteemed company. All he had to shoot was even par. I say that.
Of course it's playing tough.
Of course it's playing tough. I mean, that goes to show from the even par cut line.
Yeah.
So.
1 over par cut.
That ifs and buts for sure, but still, it's difficult to comprehend just how good Scheffler has been this season. So it keeps going on. Come on, get to the stuff. Mm-hmm. So he said something like, here it is. Yeah, it was a lot of fun. I didn't really feel like it, but because he posted a score earlier in the day and we were fighting against it, he said it would have been more fun if we had to do it for 18. If we had to do it for 18 holes. I kind of joked with him at the end. He ruined all the fun making a 40-footer. Which, of course.
Yeah.
Of course. It is definitely good to see him win, though. He's obviously a great player and has a bright future ahead, which he does.
Yep.
And we've seen that this past year. This is his 4th win in 12 months, right?
Yeah.
4th win, dude.
He's playing well.
Yeah, maybe he gets to that 5-win threshold before Scheffler.
Well, it wouldn't be the same year.
No, but it's 5 wins, period.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh.
That's what I mean.
Oh. Well, maybe.
What do you think?
Maybe.
You think he gets there?
Is Scheffler there this week? No?
Nope.
That's a shame.
Do you think he gets there before Scheffler does?
Year.
Do you think he gets to 5?
No.
You think Scheffler gets there first?
I think Scheffler's far more consistent than Burns.
When
sure. Burns is on, he's tough to beat.
For sure, but it's not in the end. I don't want to say it's not about consistency because that's not true.
It's definitely about consistency.
But it's more about there's guys that let me give you an example.
Okay.
There were guys in the past
mm-hmm.
that would always, like the Rickies of the world, that would always be consistent and would get second place, always be in that top 20.
Mm-hmm.
Then you have the guys that would show up, kind of like the Bo Hostlers of the world, play amazing one week, miss a cut, play amazing the next week, miss
3 cuts in a row.
Yeah, but my point is, you can definitely be that hot and cold guy.
Yeah.
And win more than the guy who's just steady Eddie. You
I guess,
can.
yeah.
You definitely
for
can.
sure.
I know you can.
But I still think it's going to be Scheffler.
Yeah.
He plays... It's not just steady Eddie. He's consistently great.
That's true. That's true.
You know what I mean?
I saw a crazy stat, though, the other day that it showed, like, most wins in a season from any given player.
Yeah.
04. 04. You know how many... you know who led the tour in most wins in 04?
Who?
Come on. I bet you could guess.
David Duval.
No, that was after David.
Oh, was it?
Yeah. Come on.
Tiger?
No.
VJ?
Yes. Guess how many wins?
8.
9.
Dang, I was close.
That's nuts.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
It's no wonder he was number 1 in the world.
Well, they need to make a documentary on that season. Shoot.
That's a crazy year.
That's nuts. That's more than Tiger-esque.
Yeah.
It really is.
Yeah.
I mean, Tiger had a lot of +5 win seasons, but 9?
9's insane.
9's insane, dude.
It's not as impressive as Ben Hogan's 5 tournament, 5 win year, but,
Yeah.
That is...
That's
next
Jordan.
level.
That's Jordan, bro.
That's so next level.
That's MJ.
He just shows up to 5 tournaments.
He's like, here, let me win this one.
Yeah, he just picks his tournaments.
Everybody is in the locker room, and you see Hogan walk through the door, and they're like, crap. You know what I mean?
You're just stealing the Tiger commercial.
Yeah, exactly. It's that Tiger commercial, only reality.
Golly, dude, imagine. I want you to imagine for a second if he had never gotten in that car accident and screwed his body up. How, instead of thinking about, like, is it Jack or Tiger, we'd probably be talking Ben Hogan in that conversation.
Probably. Here's the problem, though. It's his own fault.
Yeah?
And I know, obviously, I want him to get better. And I want him to
I'm talking about Hogan.
Oh, Hogan. I thought you were talking about the crash that Woods was in.
No, I'm talking about the car crash Hogan was in.
Oh.
That's why he only played 5 tournaments in a season.
Gotcha.
And he won 5 tournaments.
I understand. Okay. I thought we were still talking about
No. I'm talking about Hogan.
Yeah.
I was saying, imagine if Hogan hadn't gotten in that car accident. Like, we always talk Nicklaus or Woods, you know what I'm saying? If Hogan doesn't get in that car accident, we're probably talking Hogan, Nicklaus, or Woods. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because of how dominant Hogan was for his period of time that he was playing.
Yeah, and he would, man, he was crazy. I've heard some stories about him. He was a nut.
He's a little bit of a... He was kind of like...
To be at that level, though, you kind of have to be a nut.
He was kind of like... He was kind of like Bryson in the fact that he overanalyzed everything.
Well, yeah, and he was obsessive compulsive.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Definitely obsessive compulsive.
All right, speaking of great players.
I'm ready for it.
What a segue. I want you to answer this question. Who ends their career with the most major championships? Okay?
Wait, what?
Who ends their career with the most major championships? Dustin Johnson.
Oh, is it multiple choice?
Mm-hmm. Colin Morikawa. Justin Thomas. John Rahm. Scotty Scheffler. Brooks Koepka.
Dude, this is a lot of names. Can we shorten this list?
Nope. Rory McIlroy, Jordan Spieth.
Who wins more by the end of their
career? The two on the top of that list right now in terms of major wins are Koepka and McIlroy with 4.
No, I get that. I don't think Koepka's going to be on the top of that list by the end.
Okay. Who do you think it is?
I think he's lost the through line. And let me tell you what I mean by that. And it's not because I have him on the back of my shirt as a baby with Binky.
Uh-huh.
I think something cracked. Because we just haven't seen, I don't want to say vintage Koepka because it's not vintage. It's only a few years back.
The Brooks Koepka.
We haven't seen the Brooks Koepka from the PGA or the U.S. Open or, you know what I mean? We haven't seen that guy. Where is he? He's too busy dyeing his hair and...
He finished T55 at the PGA. He got cut from the Masters.
That's what I mean.
I'm trying to find his last good performance. He finished T12 at the Valspar.
Okay. Valspar. I mean, we're talking about a guy that only wants majors. Right? Where's that guy? Huh?
Yeah.
Where is that guy?
He hasn't played well this year.
He ain't going to be on the top of the list.
Wonder what his official world golf
Rory, I think, has also been one of those guys that lost the through line. He lost the through line whenever he switched all the way over to Nike. That's when he lost the through line. He chased the money, which no fault for chasing money.
I think it's crazy how he's still 19th in the world, Koepka.
That is crazy. But here's the thing. Majors have a huge weight.
Yeah, for sure.
When you look at official world golf rankings. Yeah. And but going back to what we were talking about with Rory again, I think he's one of those guys that has kind of lost the through line. It seems to me like he's got personal demons.
Yeah.
That he needs to exercise before he can win again like that.
Yeah.
Like that. Obviously, he can win again. He's won in this past year. Yeah. So we know the last 12 months he can win.
Yeah.
The question is, can he win in big moments still? Okay. You know what I mean? Yeah. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. And I don't think he's the crier Rory from before, but I also don't think he's as level-headed and mature as the golf media would have you believe. Yeah. He doesn't, he storms off after playing bad, and you see Mito Pereira being a guy that kind of fesses up. He's like, yeah, I play bad. That's just how it is sometimes. Yeah. For sure. For sure. And Mito's was a collapse.
Yeah. Do you have a pick?
Well, let me think. Honestly, if I'm having to pick today, it's JT. It's JT,
really?
And I'll tell you why it's JT. He's got a great swing. Mm-hmm. He's you can tell he wants it week in and week out. He just wants to win. I think that's one reason why him and Tiger get along so well. Mm-hmm. I think that JT is the kind of guy that, I think he's the kind of guy that no matter which week it is, he's treating it like I'm going to win this week. And you can tell in how he talks because he's the one guy that's as hard on himself as Tiger was. Yeah. Whenever you look at, for instance, whenever you looked at the way he was talking in press conferences, and Bones, we even went over this, where Bones was like, dude, You've got like this many top 10s, more top 10s than anybody else on tour.
Yeah.
This past season.
Yeah.
What are you talking about?
Yeah. Relax.
And it's exactly the case. All he needs is to kind of let go.
Yeah.
Of like whenever he does do that, less frustration, more work.
Yeah.
And I think that he gets.
So you think it's Thomas, not one of the younger guys, like Morikawa?
I mean, we just saw Thomas win the PGA.
Yeah. So he ties Morikawa with two majors.
Yeah, I think he beats Morikawa by the end. And that's not a thing on Morikawa. I think they're going to be right there next to each other whenever it comes to the end. But with Morikawa, I think Morikawa had such a amazing start, and it's kind of petered off.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
He's still playing at a high level.
No. But listen, like it was to the point where it was like Tiger trajectory, and then it leveled off. And I mean Tiger trajectory.
Yeah.
He was winning at courses he'd never played before.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And everybody else in the field had played it.
Yeah.
But like winning the PGA Championship the way he did.
And the British.
At Harding Park.
And the British.
Like that doesn't happen.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean that was pretty wild. I think that he could too. Again, I just don't see that same drive that I see from Thomas.
Okay.
Thomas, I see a guy with grit. Colin, I don't know.
What about?
Honestly, I think he enjoys himself too much.
Really?
Yeah.
You think he enjoys himself? So what does that mean?
Think about it, dude.
So think he's high on his own?
No, I just mean like think about the greats of any given sport.
Oh, he just has too much fun?
Kind of.
Okay.
I'm not saying that's a bad thing.
Yeah.
I want him to have fun. I want everybody to have fun. I mean, you know how I coach. I want you to have fun.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, the greats have something crazy.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying they don't have fun, but they have fun in a different way. They have fun getting on themselves.
Yeah.
Hard.
Yeah.
I just don't see that from Morikawa.
I was reading a book and I saw a quote in it. It's about training for tournaments and getting better and stuff like that.
What's that book called?
Huh?
What's the book called?
It's called Train for Golf by Like an Olympian.
Yeah, by who?
Gary Gilchrist and something Hoffman.
Colby Huffman. Colby Huffman.
I think it was that. It was either that or a different one. But they said golf is different from almost any other sport because you have to enjoy the process of improvement to get really good.
It's not just enjoying the game.
Yeah, you have to enjoy the process of improvement or you'll never be great.
Yeah.
Because if you don't enjoy the process, because it's a long, arduous, tedious process of improvement, then you're never going to be great.
Yep. Tiger would enjoy hitting balls. Tiger would enjoy putting on the putting.
I mean, that's why if you remember his regiment during his prime, it was insane.
Oh, stupid.
It's like a 4-mile run in the morning.
Oh, yeah, the Marine training? Are you talking about when he did the Marine training?
Yeah.
Everybody thought he was on roids?
Yeah.
Which he might have been. But you know what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that was pretty crazy stuff.
It's like a 4-mile run in the morning, get back, eat breakfast, go to the gym, get back from the gym, go to the range, hit balls, work on putting, chipping, go play, get back from playing, go back to the range.
Here's the thing, though.
No, wait, I forgot. He ate lunch, then he goes back to the range, hits, chips, putts, gym, run.
Yeah.
Bedtime.
But here's the thing. Here's the thing about that. That's what I said about the nut thing.
Yeah.
It takes a nut to do that.
Yeah.
It takes a
crazy person.
It takes a weird guy. I'm trying to get better, and the last week I've gotten less sleep than I have over the past entire month, and the reason is because I'm trying. And I need to get a better sleep schedule, obviously, but I'm trying to get as much done in the day as possible so I have less to do the next day. But what you come to find is there's more to do the next day, even though you've tried doing all the things for the next day. There's more. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's almost like you're always on that hamster wheel, and that hamster wheel is getting bigger.
Yeah.
As you're going.
Yeah.
And so that's kind of one of those things like Tiger, like he's trying to do as much in the day as he can so that he doesn't have to do. It's almost like you're trying to get ahead of the 8 ball.
You're running on a treadmill.
Always.
You're running on a treadmill.
That's getting faster. Yeah. So yeah, I mean, that's pretty crazy stuff, but...
Also, real quick...
So, to answer your question, Justin Thomas.
Justin Thomas. Okay.
Justin Thomas.
Since we're talking about improving, I brought this up to you earlier. I want to pose this question to the podcast, I guess. So if any one of our podcast listeners ever used one of those clamps that you put on a ball and mark the line, I want you to comment down below if you've done that, because I did that for the first time ever. It's the first time I've ever used one of those today in putting practice, because I was working on my putting. Because I played yesterday. I played really well, but I wasn't making as many putts as I would have liked from 10 to 15 feet.
Yeah.
Which is realistically where most of your birdie opportunities are going to come from. Obviously, you want to get a few closer than that, but most of your birdie opportunities are going to come from 10 to 15 feet. So I was working on those putts because I wasn't making as many as I wanted to on the course. And I used that for the first time ever today, and it blew my mind. The results actually blew my mind.
What, just having a line on there?
Having a line, not only because the clamp, you get the line on the ball straight down, right? To match up with the line on the putter. But then you also can do a horizontal line for your putter face.
Yeah.
So that helped me so much.
Understand what square is?
No, not just understand what square is. It helped me so much in the confidence, because one of my big things that I coach, and one of the things that I used to be really, really good at, is putting with confidence and putting a confident stroke on every putt. Because if you don't putt with confidence, you're more than likely going to miss a putt. But it helped me so much confidence-wise, looking down at that, knowing I've picked my line. Yeah. I know this is perfectly lined up to where I want it to go.
Yeah. I've got this perfectly square.
I got it perfectly square. Now all I have to do is make the stroke. And I'm not even lying, Zane. Yeah. I was practicing from 10 feet, and from 10 feet, I made 6 putts in a row. Okay? I backed it up to 15, and I made 4 out of 6. Nice. And I was just like, why haven't I done this sooner?
So what you're saying is you actually have a chance against me tomorrow. Is that what you're saying?
Zane, Mr. Sleep-deprived self. Mr. Coke Zero drinking. Yes? Zane goes to sleep and he's got a drip in his arm for Coke Zero. Because he can't go more than 2 hours without having it.
And what's the problem with that? I think that sounds pretty cool.
I don't know. I just thought it was an interesting thing to pose to the pod if any of the listeners have ever done it. Have you ever done it? Used one of those?
I've never done the face line. Okay. Obviously, yeah, I do. I try to do that when I can. Okay. If I have one. I always use a line on the ball.
I always use the line on the ball, too. It just helped. The line on the ball, making it longer, gave me confidence.
Visual. And you can see it roll. Like, if you roll it well, it goes end over end.
And with those sick-faced Cobra putters, man, they always roll.
Yeah. So I actually figured out, and this is why you guys need to get a putter fitting. If you haven't already got a putter fitting, get a putter fitting. I was on the Sam Putt Lab, right? And I had never really fitted myself for a putter. I mean, I did kind of. Yeah. For that mallet that I got from Odyssey from Callaway. And it came in, and I think it was like 2 degrees. But I had never done it with a blade, and I always I want to putt with a blade. It's just something about a blade that looks good. I know that I probably would putt better with a mallet, but I just love blades. They look. I mean, Zach knows I collect those Scotty Newports. Yeah. I just love blades. And so I was like, you know what? I'm going to take the blade that I have, the current one, the DFX face Odyssey 1, and I put it on the thing. I did the Sam Putt Lab fitting. It set me to a 0.5 loft. 0.5 degrees of loft.
You hit that far up on the ball?
I hit that far up on the ball.
Jeez.
Without knowing. No idea. And dude, it's so different. Like, whenever you get a putter fitting, and you get that right loft and lie, that ball rolls so much better. Like, you can feel the difference.
Really?
Oh, yeah. Like, it's just, there's no bounce. And you don't even realize the bounce is as prominent until you actually change it.
Yeah.
Like I gave Luke Moore, who's going to be on the podcast. We tried getting him on the past, but he's a busy man. So I gave him a putter fitting, and he swipes across the ball.
Oh, yeah. It's not the ugliest thing I've ever seen.
It's one of the ugliest strokes
One of the ugliest. There's a student we both know who has the ugliest putting stroke we've ever seen.
So... Yes. So we won't say the name.
We won't say the name.
So, but whenever he hits the putt, and Zach remembers, whenever he hits a putt out at Chicopee in particular, that thing starts bouncing immediately.
Yeah.
It's because he's basically whacking down on the ball.
Yeah.
So we set it to you. I bet you can guess the loft.
4 degrees.
Yeah. 4.5 or something stupid.
Really?
Right? Yeah. 4.5 or 5 degrees. Thing rolls. It's amazing. It's amazing what... So you guys need... I mean, obviously work on your stroke.
Yeah.
But in the meantime, go get your loft and lies checked. Go get your loft and lies checked with your putter. You will putt so much better.
Yeah.
It will change your life. You will no longer do drugs.
Or just get a sick face and it just does all that for you.
Yeah, I mean, sick face does, but it doesn't do that for you. You still need it adjusted.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
You still need it adjusted.
For sure. I just, you remember hitting my sick face.
That'll make it better on mishits, for sure.
Yeah. You remember putting with my sick face for the first time when I got my putter in, you were just like, it just rolls.
Yeah, it just rolls. It did. It just rolls. Like, it doesn't, no bounce.
There's no bouncing.
No,
it just
nothing.
rolls.
Just rolls, so.
And when you're putting on good greens, when you're putting on bad greens, it doesn't really matter. But when you're putting on good greens, oh, man, the difference is insane.
Night and day, man.
Yeah.
You make a lot more putts.
Yeah.
Sure. So, yeah, I mean, we had some great rounds. Sam Burns was 10 under until he bogeyed number 12. Steadied the ship with 6 pars to finish before his playoff heroics, that long putt.
Yeah.
Brendan Todd got to 11 under with birdies at number 1 and number 2 on Sunday, but faded with bogeys at 11 and 12. Finished solo 3rd. Which, good for Brendan Todd.
Yeah, he hasn't been in the conversation for a while.
Yeah, but he's a good pick if you're looking for a guy to pick coming up soon. He's playing well.
Yeah. He's
Harold Varner. Harold Varner. This is one thing I want to talk about before we get into DraftKings. Mm-hmm. This was sad. So Harold Varner had the most dramatic drop-off of all. He was 10 under and tied for first on the 12th green, putting for par. But he missed that putt and then missed 2 consecutive 3-footers before tapping in for triple. He found the water and made double bogey on the next hole, too. And made a dreaded Boeing 757. You can get it?
Yeah.
With an OB ball at number 14.
Oh, my God.
You can see the rest for yourself, but Varner's back 9 turned into a house of horrors, shooting 10 over 45. To finish T27. That makes you want to cry.
Oh, man.
So I tell you what, though. He was 10 under. He finished even for the tournament.
That back 9 was playing insane on the weekend.
Yeah, but not that insane. That's a...
I understand that. But, when I'm watching my guys on day 3, when I'm keeping track of my guys on day 3 and through 11... almost every single one of them is 2-3 under par, and then 16, everybody's over par, and it's just like, oh, what happened?
Yeah,
that back 9 was playing insanely tough over the weekend. And
let's go ahead and talk about President's Cup because it's coming up later in this year, and we kind of want to talk about where people are.
Yeah.
So here's what it's looking like. Okay. Number 1 with the most points, obviously, is Scotty Scheffler. Then you have Sam Burns in number 2, Justin Thomas at number 3, Patrick Cantlay at 4, 5 is Spieth, 6 is Morikawa, 7 is Homa, 8 is Schauffele, 9 is Tom Hoagie, 10 is Zalatoris, 11 is Taylor Gooch, and 12 is Jason Kokrak. That is a very different list than we've seen in years past.
Yeah, for sure.
Very different. No very DJ. Different.
No DJ, no Koepka, no Bryson. Bryson's hurt.
Yep.
But
that's crazy.
Yeah.
It's amazing. I would never imagine, and he's been playing so well. Hoagie.
Yeah.
He's been playing so extremely well this year. I would never imagine him being.
I think he
on
missed
a
the cut
President's
this
Cup
past
team.
week.
But I would never imagine him being on a President's Cup.
He's not a guy I would pick for a President's Cup. No Kevin Kisner, no
KK, yeah.
Yeah, that's kind of wild.
It's a new age, man.
Yeah.
It's a new age. So, I mean, obviously, these aren't the actual picks. There's 6 top qualifiers and then 6 captain picks.
Yeah.
But I can't imagine that those guys get passed up. I can't imagine Homa, Schauffele, Hoagie, Zalatoris, Gooch, and Kokrak get passed up.
I can imagine Kokrak and...
Maybe Kokrak, right?
I can imagine Kokrak and maybe Hoagie.
But he's not.
Yeah, but I don't think they're going to keep Dustin Johnson off the team.
I get that.
I don't think... And is Spieth on there?
No, so like you have Tony Finau is at 14th right now, Reed's at 17th, DJ's at 18th, DeChambeau's at 25th, and Koepka's at 27th.
Where's Spieth?
Spieth, I said he's like number 5.
Oh, okay.
He's an automatic qualifier as of right now.
So like, I don't think they're gonna keep Dustin Johnson off the team.
I think they got to pick Patrick Reed.
See,
the way he's playing recently,
no, not Patrick.
He might make it by the time.
Maybe.
He might make it by the time that we get there, but I think he's one of those guys that I don't think you can keep out.
How far is Mito off the international team? Because he was not technically on it yet.
I don't have that here, but we can look that up later, unless you're looking up right now.
I'll look it up right now.
Just a few more things while you're looking that up. You ready?
Yeah.
So we got a star-studded Memorial. Memorial Tournament's going to look great. It's got Jon Rahm, Rory McIlroy, and Jordan Spieth all in the field. Looking great, like a great tournament. Comings and goings at the U.S. Women's Opens. Nelly Korda returns to competition at Pine Needles for the first time since February after undergoing surgery to remove a blood clot in her arm. She's still wearing the sleeve, by the way. Michelle Wie West, meanwhile, has announced she is stepping away from the LPGA Tour after this week's event.
Really?
Yeah, that's pretty sad.
So here's the rankings currently for the international team. This team's good. I just want to put that out there.
So what you're saying is we're gonna lose?
There's a decent chance.
Really?
Yeah.
It's got Joaquin, obviously.
Cam Smith.
Yeah.
Hideki Matsuyama.
Yeah.
Joaquin Niemann.
Yeah.
Sung J M.
Oh my God.
Louis Oosthuizen. Abraham Ancer. Mito Pereira. Corey Connors. Adam Scott. K.H. Lee.
We're done.
Eric Van Rooyen.
We're done.
And Mackenzie Hughes. Mackenzie Hughes can bomb too.
We might lose. This is the most scared I've been probably in recent years.
Dude, like all those guys, like Cam Smith and Hideki, good players. Then you have on the back end of the list, Abraham Ancer, Mito Pereira, Corey Connors, Adam Scott, K.H. Lee, Eric Van Rooyen, and Mackenzie Hughes.
Yeah, you got the guy who shot the most under in a golf tournament this whole year.
Yeah. K.H. Lee.
Killing handicaps over there. Yeah.
The jogger after Connor. If they don't pick him, he'd be a captain's pick.
Mm-hmm.
But if they don't pick the jogger after Connor, with that mustache that he's growing, come on.
Yeah.
How do you say no to that?
You're right. That looks better than our list. At least our automatic qualify. Yeah. At least the top 12. Obviously, if you take DJ and they play well, Patrick Reed, if you take those guys,
and to be fair, a lot of those guys didn't play the first half of the season.
And that's not a slight. That's not a slight on the guys like Homa and Hoagie and Kokrak. Obviously, I
think Homa deserves to be on there.
Homa does. Homa's been playing very, very well this season. Now, obviously, Hoagie. But how do you keep him off, man? He's playing so well.
Well, we'll see. There's still a lot of time left before.
He also plays in a lot more tournaments than the other guys.
Yeah, that's the other thing.
So you've got that.
Yeah.
So.
But
I get that. But yeah. And then obviously the Live Golf's field announcement. We still haven't seen the names for the first live event outside of London, scheduled for June 9th through 11th. We're coming up on it, dude.
Pretty close.
Yeah, we're cutting it pretty close. That means we're likely to get some sort of field announcement earlier this week, perhaps early as tomorrow. So
if that does come out, make sure you come into the cut line. We'll talk about it.
Cut line will definitely be talking about it.
If it comes out. Or if the event's canceled. One of the two.
Yep.
Because if it's not announced by tomorrow, I think they have to cancel the event. Honestly.
They'd have to.
Yeah.
If it doesn't come out, especially, you got to imagine at least a week before, right?
Yeah, at least.
At least a week before.
Yeah.
So we'll see what happens, though. I'm hoping he gets a lot of those college kids to join the tour. We talked about this. Yeah. I hope he gets a lot of those college kids. All right, you ready for DraftKings?
I'm born ready, man.
Let's do DraftKings.
All right. What was the punishment from last week?
You had to sniff my armpit.
That wasn't it.
No, you're right. I forget. We'll figure it out.
We'll figure it out. All right. You go ahead and go first.
I know I picked something. I know you
did too, but I can't remember what it was.
We'll do it on social media. Whatever it is, we'll do it on social media. What's your punishment this week?
My punishment this week is if... Oh, no. So the loser...
Yes.
Must... Oh, no, I can't do that. That violates contract stuff.
What?
For me, anyway.
Yeah,
I don't know if it does for you.
I don't know either.
It doesn't matter. I can't do it. So, the winner. The winner gets to roast the loser.
That's not fun. We roast each other all the time anyway.
That's true. You have to stick a fork into electrical stuff. No, I'm just kidding. Gosh, what's a good punishment? We've done so much. Oh! We're taking it back to the roots.
Okay.
Back to the roots of the show. No. What was some of the first punishments we did, Zane?
You gonna do the ice bath?
No.
Oh, that was probably our best one.
Yeah, but that's for a competition thing. The fire and ice is for a competition. We're just going straight fire.
Okay.
Okay. During the show, okay, you have to eat a...
At the end.
Yes.
Okay.
At the end of the show, you have to eat a chicken nugget, or because I'm vegan, I'll get a vegan chicken nugget. You have to eat a chicken nugget covered in the Apollo hot sauce from Hot Ones.
Okay. All right, that's a deal.
Okay, for those of you who don't know, the Apollo hot sauce is what they use for the last
day. It's hot.
It's very pervasive. It's a very... I've had it.
It'll make you hate life.
It's gonna make the loser cry.
It'll make you hate life for sure.
Alrighty.
All right. So let's go ahead with our picks. I'm gonna go first.
Oh, you have to go first.
Yeah. Okay. So I'm first off is Lucas Glover. Very underrated pick this week. 6,500. He's got one top 10 already this season. He's played well in the past few events. So I've got Lucas Glover. Go ahead.
All right. So real quick, I just want to apologize for breaking the streak. I'm still 10-13 in the last 3 weeks, or 13 weeks, sorry. And we're gonna get back on to...
He's not 10-13.
Over the last 13 weeks, I am. Yes, I've been keeping track.
Okay, buddy.
So we're going back to the roots. It smells like hay in here because we're in the stable. Denny McCarthy, baby. Okay. Denny McCarthy played well last week. And he plays well pretty much every week, so...
He's steady.
Stick with the man that does the job.
I'm going to go with Mark Leishman.
Not a bad pick.
Mark Leishman. He's a great approach player. You're going to need that at Muirfield. So, Mark Leishman. He's also three top 10s already this season, and he was only 7,500, so he's a pretty underrated pick.
Nice.
Go ahead.
My next pick is... gosh, another...
Okay, buddy.
It's Lanto Griffin. He's back in the lineup this week. He didn't play last week's event, but he's here this week at Muirfield. Again, steady Eddie guy. Make the cut. Keep it around.
Well, and it helps because you need driving distance here.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
And he's great. So, yeah. Lanto Griffin.
I've got Adam Scott at 7,700. I think he's a good pick. He's 4 top 10s already this season. You know, he's one of those guys that, do I expect him to win this event? No. But do I expect him to play pretty well here? Yeah, he plays pretty well at Muirfield usually, so I'm going to pick him.
It's another horse. We're going Alex Noren.
You're just picking all your old guys, aren't you?
Listen, the stable. It's the stable for a reason, Zane.
Yes, that is the stable.
It's the stable. We're going Alex Noren. Again, guy makes cuts, plays well, consistent.
All right.
Name of the game.
All right, I've got Matt Kuchar. 3 top 10s already this season, only $7,800. I'm taking the cheap ones where I can. You know what I'm saying? I'm taking the cheap ones.
Just for the record, everyone I've picked so far is under 75. 100.
No, I get that. But you got PGA Champ. I mean, he's played well the past few events. PGA Championship, Byron Nelson, Wells Fargo. You know, it's only a matter of time before he gets back to his RBC Heritage and Valero Texas Open stuff. So
going with another guy who is a new addition to the stable, Mito Pereira. Yeah. I picked him the last 2 weeks. He's done very well for me. No reason why he wouldn't do well again this week.
Can he keep it up, though? That's what we're all asking.
I don't know. Wide fairways, tough approaches into greens. I think he's going to do fine. I'm going
he's probably going to do fine.
$8,000, absolute steal for that guy right now.
Okay, Victor Hovland. Great choice. Ball striking.
Yep.
Driving distance. Great choice. 15 for 16. 15 for 16 cuts made. So, yeah.
I also went with Victor Hovland.
Great choice.
I went with Victor Hovland for a very simple reason. I said I was going back to my roots, and I don't know if you remember this earlier in the year.
Boy.
Earlier this year, I don't think I picked a tournament where I didn't pick Victor Hovland.
You picked him a lot.
Because he's so good tee to green.
Yep.
So I'm going Victor Hovland.
And my last pick is John Rombo. 10 for 11 cuts made, 4 top 10s. He's looking like, I mean, this shapes up perfectly for him.
Yeah.
He's an approach player. He bombs it.
Yeah.
This is his bread and butter.
It's funny you say that, Zane, because I'm also going John Rahm.
So we basically picked the 2 big spends.
Yeah, 2 big spends exactly.
And then all the things.
How much money did you have left over?
After picking?
Yeah.
Everybody only 100.
I had 0.
Oh, so you picked it all.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, I obviously with Lucas Glover only 6,500. That's a low spend.
Yeah.
But he makes cuts.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm gonna go with Lucas.
For sure. I changed. I was gonna be at 100, but I changed out Horschel for Mito Pereira.
Gotcha.
Okay. Horschel plays well for 2 days.
Yeah. Yeah, apparently.
And then he kind of blows up on the weekends. That's what I've learned about Horschel. He does make a lot of cuts.
Yeah, he plays well on those, but on Thursday and Friday, he plays okay.
But I went with Mito Pereira just because I've been riding him in his wave, and I'm going to continue to ride him.
Yeah, keep riding until it breaks.
I think I picked him really early on this year, too.
Yeah, you did. We were both picking him a couple times.
Because he was so cheap.
He wasn't always showing up, though.
No, but he's found a stride here, and I think I'm going to ride that wave until he shows me that wave's
not a bad choice. He's probably not going to get above, like, how much was he to spend this time?
8,000.
Ooh, that's pricey. Okay.
For a guy that finished, who almost won the PGA
just saying,
and finished pricey. Top 10 last week.
Just saying, it's a bit pricey.
2 top 10s in the last 2 events. Come on now.
It's a bit pricey. All right. Well, thank you guys so much for joining us. Please join the Chunk and Run DraftKings League. It's in the description below, Zach.
I want to say one more thing. You may have noticed that Ricky Fowler is in this event, and he is not on my DraftKings list.
Sad.
It is sad. I made the decision not to put Ricky on the team this week for a very simple reason. He shot 5 over on Sunday.
Yeah.
And so he broke my trust. Listen.
Well, it's not great when somebody does that the week prior.
Yeah.
You just don't go for them.
Now, I would like nothing more than Ricky Fowler to win this event, but I can't remember the judge's name from American Idol, but when I have
Simon Cowell?
No, the other one. Black guy.
Randy Jackson?
Randy Jackson.
RJ?
Like Randy Jackson would say, it's a no for me, dog.
Yeah. Yeah.
It hurt my heart to not put him on the team.
I would guarantee
because I picked him for the last 4 weeks.
I knew it would. So, anyway, so guys, make sure, we are giving away those hats, like I said, to Mark Shaw, who's won the past 3 weeks. So we're going to be giving the prizes out to whoever wins that DraftKings League until we're out of prizes to give. Because we got a lot of prizes to give, so we're gonna.
What happens if I win?
Obviously, you get nothing.
Dang.
Yeah, sad, right? You're a host. You don't get anything. So
I get the money.
Yeah, you get the money.
I get the fact that I haven't replenished. You
get the chalice and you get the money.
I get the fact that I haven't had to replenish any money in my DraftKings account for like 4 months.
Uncle Mark doesn't get the chalice. You don't get the chalice.
I'm gonna get a bigger one.
Yeah, our mom, she always says she wants to be on the podcast, but or mentioned on the podcast.
But she doesn't join the DraftKings.
She doesn't join the DraftKings.
What are we supposed to do?
Well, yeah, we can't talk about you. We talk about Uncle Mark.
Oh, by the way, one more thing before we close out the podcast. Kevin Smith, I'm talking to you. Next time you call me on a Saturday morning talking junk about my DraftKings lineup, make sure you don't finish last in DraftKings. Okay, bud? Check yourself.
I can't believe you just called Dad Bud. That's bold.
He's my buddy.
All right, anyway, but please comment below with your picks for DraftKings this week. Who do you think is going to win the Memorial? Who do you think is going to
Memorial?
I almost said Heritage.
The Heritage was months ago.
Yeah, months ago. But comment to see who you think's gonna win. I have my own idea of who's gonna win.
John Rahm.
Yeah, I really do believe he's gonna win. I know he's the favorite, but again,
it's not surprising.
That doesn't mean he was the favorite in Mexico and he won there.
Yeah.
So yeah, the odds makers know what they're doing most of the time.
Most of the time.
So anyway, but. You guys have a great one. Zach, do you have anything to say to them, to our audience?
Make sure you check out the cut line at the 19th.
Yep.
It's a fun show. You
Always on Friday.
Always on Friday. You can find it on Spotify and I think Apple Podcasts now as well.
Nice.
Not on video yet for YouTube, but we're going to work on that.
Mm-hmm.
But hope you guys enjoyed the show. We'll see you Friday at the cut line.
Yep.
And I'm signing out.